Okay, hello everyone. So in this video, we'll be talking on draw on liquidity. Now, what's a draw on liquidity? Draw on liquidity is just trying to tell you where is price likely to go next. So while doing analysis, you want to know where price is likely to go next. So that's where you take a trade towards to, right? So there are two type of draw on liquidity. We have the internal liquidity and the external liquidity. Now, for the internal liquidity, it can be your fair value gap, your order block, your gaps, or your volume imbalance. While your external liquidity are just your old highs or and lows, or lows, then equal highs and equal lows. That's all you need to know about drawn liquidity. So I'll be giving you guys some examples so you can fully understand, or some chart and diagram so you can fully understand what draw on liquidity is. And in order to do that, I would like to explain something called the low resistant liquidity and the high resistant liquidity, so you understand what type of liquidity we should be looking at, because there are two types of liquidity: low resistant and high resistant liquidity. So let me break down liquidity first, then we'll go and talk about the internal and external liquidity in your chart while trying to take a trade. Okay, as you can see now, we have the low resistant liquidity and the high resistant liquidity. So what are low resistant liquidity? Those are liquidity that price hasn't raided yet. As you can see, price didn't raid this high. Instead, it went lower. It didn't raid this high. This is a low resistant liquidity. You understand? That means it formed a failure swing. Can you see? Failure swing. It failed to take this high. That's what we call failure swing. You understand? Now, for the high resistant liquidity, as you can see what price did here. Price raid this top. You understand? So price has taken the liquidity at this top. That will enable a crash down. You understand? So that's the difference you need to know about the low resistant and high resistant. Now, while taking a trade, you want to target low resistant liquidity one. That will give you a more precise arrow that is risk to reward. A high resistant liquidity one, your market might not go your way, but when you're seeing a low resistant liquidity one, meaning there's still liquidity at the top price, that can cause drawing liquidity to that area. So in my next slide, I'll be showing you examples so you can understand. Okay, as you can see, these are the two examples. We have the low resistant liquidity here. Can you see? Price fails to take it, and the high resistance in which price raided the high. You understand? Now, if you look at this low resistance, price reversing back to that area, you should be confident that since there's liquidity and there's liquidity, price is likely to get to that area. So hence giving you a much better arrow. But with the high resistance, can you see this? If price is going your way, for you to get here will be tough because you already know price has taken liquidity at this area. So there might be a fair value gap here, order block or something, where you might want to get out your trade. So this is where your internal liquidity comes in play. This is where you want, this should be your draw in liquidity. This area. So this is your internal liquidity. So it's either you're obeying, maybe there can be gaps here, fair value gap or other block. You understand? I listed it for you, so you should take note. So this is your internal liquidity. So if price gets to this high, which is your external liquidity. Now, if you have another equal highs here, also your external liquidity. So now you can understand the difference between the internal and external liquidity, low resistant and high resistant liquidity one. So this is a low resistant liquidity one, but price will likely get there to take the liquidity. But for a high resistant liquidity one, because price has taken the liquidity, for price to get that there, it will be hard. So that is where you use your internal um, um, liquidity example, which is your fair value gap, your order block, and your volume imbalance or gaps. Why this is your external liquidity. You understand? Your highs, old highs or low, right? So this is your old high. Then if you have another equal high there, then that's your equal highs. And so the target would be here. So that's all you need to know about when you're talking drawing liquidity. Just how to enter a trade and all. So please don't forget everything I said in reverse for the sell trade. Just your hot high will give you that in reverse for the sell trade. So take note of that, please. And thank you. So hello everybody. This is an example of a low resistant liquidity one. As you can see, it has an equal high here. Price failed to take this. You understand? That's forming a low. This is the failure swing from year to year. This is the failure swing. So forming a low resistant liquidity means there's liquidity here and there's liquidity here. So and there's equal highs, you understand? Which is external liquidity. You understand? So failure swing and this is a low resistant liquidity because price fails to take it. Also here too again, price fails to take liquidity and also this. So we have liquidity here, and liquidity here. Price then crash down. You understand? Giving us the unicorn setup, fair value gap, and we entered. Now your target should be with the price the 2 quick. So rule is low resistant liquidity run are always high drawing liquidity. You understand? But the most profitable drawing liquidity is still your gaps. Gaps are the most profitable or highest drawing liquidity where there is neither a wick tail or candle body in the range of price. So that is the highest form of draw of liquidity. I'm talking about the gaps now. That is if your bias is correct though. So that's all you want to know about the low resistant liquidity one. So this external liquidity, price just went there once. You understand? So if we're talking about the internal liquidity, if we zoom in, we can see like a fair value gap from here to here, extend it in time. That's where you want to be taking partial. So that's internal liquidity. This is when you take partial before getting to your eye. But for me, I wouldn't have take partials if I'm seeing a low resistant liquidity on here. You understand? I won't take partials. I will just wait for price to get there because I know that there's high chance of price getting there. You understand? But assuming maybe price this leg took this liquidity or this leg took this liquidity, then I was going for a buy. Then I will be taking partials in an internal liquidity. You understand? But I don't need to take since I have since I know we have a low resistant liquidity one, then I can wait for price to get there to my take profit. So please take note of the difference. Thank you. That will be all for this video.